I thought we got off to a good start. Guys did a really good job. We were able to get some stops, get out in transition. We were fortunate they missed some shots, but I thought we were able to establish our post game. Chase did a good job scoring and establishing a low post game, which I thought was a big factor for us. And then I thought we played for pretty well the first half. I thought field goal percentage defense was good. I thought we rebounded the ball well. And then I thought a little bit in the second half we let our foot off the gas, which was disappointing. But I thought for the most part our guys tried to do what we asked them to do. We moved the ball pretty well, and I'm pretty pleased with what we did.
Is that pace in the first half something you want to see more of, really pushing it?
Well, it's a lot easier to push it when we're not inbounding the ball. And we've talked about that throughout the year, that if we can get stops, we can run in transition. It's a lot easier to run on misses than it is taking the ball to the net. So I thought getting some stops was a big factor. We were able to get out and run in transition.
Joe, you had early lead, and then they made a little run, came back at you 21-13. You took a timeout. You're still clapping your hands at the guys, really trying to get the intensity up. Anything special message in that timeout, or is it just about intensity at that point?
We talked about that. We knew these games were going to be runs, but we had control of the game. Last time we played them, we were up 28-15 and piddled around with the lead. And this time we talked about not allowing that to happen. And they made a quick run. We had one of those two transition threes. Bernard, got nicked up and fell down. Then we gave up a back-to-back transition threes and got them back in the game. So we talked about not losing our intensity to find people in transition.
Joe, everyone wants to talk about the threes and the attacking style and all that. How much has this team kind of, I don't want to say reinvented, but maybe raised its defensive game to get ready for this time of year?
Well, we've been, until the last couple of games, we've been pretty pleased with our field goal percentage defense. And I think these guys will be the first to tell you, if I wasn't here last year, that when they got good defensively is when they got good. And I think there's got to be a bunch of different ways to win. You're not always going to score. It's not always going to be easy to score, and when it's not easy to score, if they can't score, they can't beat you. So we've got to have that mindset, because there's going to be some grinding out games.
That's two pretty nice defensive efforts in a row, I think, by you guys. Would you agree, Brett?
First half, yes.
Yeah.
First half, obviously, we took away the team's confidence, kind of. We shut them out kind of early. Every team can make a little run, but I thought the first half we did good. Second half we kind of lacked a little bit, so got to pick that up in the second half.
Stronger intensity most of the game for you guys than a couple of the games that were on the road. For those, for people who don't play the game or necessarily, how do you just summon more intensity for longer stretches? How do you just make yourself be more intense longer?
I think going on the road is a whole different, in some regards, is different. To tell you the truth, at Lipscomb, I didn't think our intensity was bad. We weren't high on the floor. We didn't get contest shots. We gave up too many easy shots. And then when we found ourselves in a little bit of a hole, it was too late. I thought that we've had some on the road where we've had to bow up and make some stops where we've gotten, but obviously I think it is a different deal on the road a lot of times.
Brett, you sounded kind of disappointed with the second half. Were you guys tired, or what was it?
I honestly don't know really what it was. I guess we kind of got up by a lot and we just kind of jacked around a little bit, to be honest. Really the only explanation I can really give to it happened in the last two games. It's something Coach keeps preaching, in a close game, that's how you lose. So it's something we need to pick up.
When you guys are playing like you did the first half, when you came out at the start, you're really running, pushing, getting stops, etc. Do you feel like there's nobody in the A-Sun that can beat you when you're playing like that?
No, I feel like when we play the right way, no matter what, nobody's going to be able to do this. But it doesn't have to be just running the floor like that. Even if we're slowed down and we're just beating the post and everybody, making hook shots and we're kicking out, making threes. But the main thing just really comes down to defense. When our defense is the way that we want it to be, I don't think anybody will beat us.
You say nobody. Is that just A-Sun or overall?
Whatever you guys want to write it down as. Whatever you guys say.
Chase, one down, two more to go. Hopefully for you guys, two more to go.
Yeah.
How are you feeling coming out of this one? Was this about what you needed? You were able to stretch yourself nicely in the first half. Maybe a little disappointed in the second half effort, but overall, how are you feeling coming out of this?
We're feeling good. Obviously, we would have rather played a lot better defense in the second half, if not let them shoot 46% in the second half. But coming out of that, we're feeling good. We played pretty well offensively. Just got to prepare and really focus on the next game, not try to think too ahead. Really, the next game is the most important one, so we got to stay focused on health.
Getting back to this one and done, this tournament feel, how much does it take you back, even a little bit, to what you guys went through last year, just those emotions?
A little bit, but it's a little bit different. We're at home too. Last year we had to play on the road, so that helps. But it brings back some memories. But for the most part, we're trying to make new memories. We don't want to think about the last year's ones. We want to have our new ones and try to repeat.
Talking about the next game, ETSU and Lipscomb are in overtime right now. Lipscomb was up by a bunch, and ETSU came back anyway. They're up by 3 now with 3 minutes left. Your thoughts on a matchup, be it ETSU or Lipscomb, Joe? Your thoughts on, I guess, ETSU, and then your thoughts on
Varying
Lipscomb.
styles. I mean, East Tennessee plays a little bit more zone, switches up defensively. Although they played us almost entirely man the last time we played down there. Obviously, Lipscomb with their motion offense and switching defense, you're playing almost two drastically different styles, but they do both rely on a three-point shot.
Does that make it kind of a difficult, quick turnaround because they are so drastically different? Although you just played them a week ago, 2 weeks ago,
in East Tennessee within the last couple of weeks, and it's just like league play. I mean, these guys have played against guys in the familiarity already haven't played them twice, so we'll be able to lock in and be ready at 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Joe, I know you would have rather, the foot stay on the gas in the second half, but to open postseason play the way you did, that 33-13, that one really good stretch of 6-7 minutes there along the way, a good sign? I mean, is that the good take? Is that the big take?
Well, we got off to a good start, which is always nice. I mean, I think, sometimes during tournament play, you always run into one where it's a half or something where it's a little bit of a disaster, and I think that sometimes it also, you watch a lot of these scores, it's after a bye game, where you have a bye. But I think one of the things that happens is with everybody playing on the same night, you don't have any time to sit around and watch other teams play, and you get right into it, and I think hopefully that helps us.
Brett, your thoughts on ETSU? If it happens to be ETSU, they're up now about 3 with 1.5 minutes left. If you match up with ETSU, what are your thoughts on that?
I feel like we owe them one for the one, on the road. We didn't play particularly well, and they came out kind of kicked us in the mouth right away. But here, we got into them and did the same to them. So I think it'll be a good game. We'll work on. They do play a lot of that 2-3 active zone. Like Coach said, though, up there they did play us a lot of man too. So we'll get ready for both of those, and offensively we'll be fine. Do our normal thing, but we got to come out with a lot of energy. That's our main focus. A lot of energy and intensity.
Chase, you guys set another crowd record here. How much of a factor was that in that big run? They were pretty loud from the start. I mean, how much did that get you going in that first half?
Well, I thought tonight we did a really good job of getting them going rather than trying to rely on them. The crowd's been great all year. They've tremendous following. But it was one thing we didn't want to do was try to rely on them to give us the energy. So we came out and we're playing hard, and then started getting behind us. That's when we're at our best, and we really feed off of this. So I mean, it's tremendous help, but they're unbelievable, and it means so much to us to be playing at home with them following us.
Chase, if it's Lipscomb, it's 78-77 with 1 minute left now. If it's Lipscomb, we don't know what your practice schedule is tomorrow and stuff, so we're going to try to get where we can.
Actually be in college by the time we're done.
If it's Lipscomb, what are your thoughts on Lipscomb?
Well, a lot of the same things Brett just talked about. They really came out and punched us in the mouth early up there, and we've never could really come back from it. And something we have to do, if they would do that again, we have to find a way to turn that, and we have to really rely on our defense. They scored way too many points. I think they had 89 or something, an amount that we should never give up. In the first half, they were rolling, they were making the threes, and we got to find some way to keep them from shooting the ball like that. Cause, I mean, they're great shooters, but we have to find a way to make them uncomfortable.
Lipscomb's 3-1 against you guys in the last 2 years. Is the last year stuff irrelevant to if it happens to be Lipscomb in the next game?
Yeah. I mean, it's almost a whole new team. They lost their starting center. He transferred out of there. They have a brand new coach, so it's a much different team. We're a much different team, so it's last year's irrelevant.
Brett, do you guys like having the bullseye, though? I mean, the #1 seed, obviously the numbers. I mean, everyone remembers what you guys did. Does that fuel you guys too?
I mean, I think it doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. I think at the end of the day, you just got to come out and play no matter what seed you are. I think that's something we kind of proved last year, that seeing it's irrelevant, it doesn't matter. So
The students talked about this just a hair the other day, but there was only about half the usual student population here tonight, and yet the crowd was really, really loud. I thought.
You could fool me. I mean, everybody was still loud. It was
right.
Great energy and intensity out there. So
right. Because that's kind of what I was getting at, right?
It's not nice come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, even though it might not seem like there's a lot of students there, I mean, let's still rocking tonight.
Yep.
All right, guys. One more.
Hey, Brett, the dunk by Jameel Jones, where does that one rank?
There's a lot to go through, so I really don't know how to rank it.
How impressed were you with that one?
It was pretty impressive. I think his one at USF was a lot better, though, honestly, because I was on a 6'10" guy, not a 5'11", 6 foot. But I think he barely got fouled. I think they gave him a little N1, but so it's all right. All right, guys. Thanks.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.